Hey guys, it's Justin from Justin's HIV Journal, and I just took a trip, just getting back. I'm a little jet lagged, but I went to Israel and I stayed in Tel Aviv the whole time, but I also went to different places, meaning I stayed there as living space. But I went to Jerusalem, I went to Masada, I went to the Dead Sea, I went to Old Jaffa, and it was just amazing. I have so many clips and so many things. I just couldn't put it all in one, so just made a couple of highlights. And literally, my experience in Israel was amazing. I will never ever forget it. Amazing people that I met there. It was just like wow. Um, so, as a Jew, it meant a lot to me to be there. And then I came back to this tragedy in Pittsburgh, and I just was like, wow, life is so precious, and we have so many mad people out there, crazy people out there that are, racist, anti-Semitic, people that are just bigots and will try to destroy us. And me being black and gay and Jewish, it's kind of like it touches me in all sorts of places. It's like, oh my gosh, and especially my heart, it just hurts. But without further ado, here's some highlights from Israel that I tried to put together, but it was kind of hard. It was like really hard. There's images upon movie clips and things like that. So I hope you enjoy. Shalom.
Very super duper comfortable because nobody's next to me, so awesome. And I didn't know there's there's no limit of alcohol on their flights. Wow, no limit whatsoever. Like, okay, well, I need a little something to fly, but now I'm feeling relaxed and I'm ready to go to bed, and wow, awesome. So anyway, I am going over the Atlantic Ocean right now. Looking at the map, there's a map right there. So I love you guys, and I love you, Phil. I miss you, and I'm gonna miss you for 2 weeks, but I have to do what I have to do. And I love my boys. I love my boys. Travis, London. Bye. Daddy loves you. What up there? Yes. No. I'm recording this.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah?
What, for insurance?
Record. No. For my friends that don't know what Israel's like.
Israel.
Israel, yes.
Israel is horrible.
Israel
We
is
do
nice.
crazy things here.
Israel is nice.
It's worse than Chicago.
It is not worse than Chicago. Israel.
It's like Chicago in the 20s. Israel.
See? No, it is not. It is very nice.
I'll get you.
Actually, the big structure that we see is a result of the act of the big King Herod. Herod, I don't know when you heard about him, but he's also very marked in the Christian tradition. But there were quite some Herods, not quite some, we know them. There was in the dynasty were a few Herods. Palace, a fortified palace, which was actually intended to be one point in a route of potential escape. He was also paranoid, as we understand today, but he also buried in dynasty. He was afraid of his position. So he was also very murderous. There are very big stories around him. He killed a lot of that family, and in very bloody, interesting ways, drowning them in the pools and so on. Anyway, so he had a very big drama in his time, and that includes a very big action in architecture and city plan and urban development.
Ah, yeah. That's the origin. Oh, this house. I never saw it. Okay. So these are they don't even have
When was that? When did I do that? Never mind. We'll talk about that. That's not right. That's fine. It's fine.
Oh, you're looking a little bit.
anything. I know, I always wear it. I'm used to it.
Okay. I just warn everybody and then I don't follow the rules. I know. That's why I'm scared.
So dig down in.
I never follow the rules.
Ever.
I was drawn that way.
I like it.
And Justin is walking into the Dead Sea. Slowly he's walking into the water. Carefully treading, wondering when the water is going to make his legs pop out from under him. Or will he sit instead?
Gotta tell you, I'm not a great fan, Mark.
You want to turn around? Maybe sit down? Look, Mom, no hands. Want a newspaper?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm recording.
How many years ago was that?
The first time I did it, I was 12. So I'm 53. Yeah. They put stairs in, they made it wider, and they even put banisters in. There were no banisters.
Really?
You just walked. And you slid on your ass more than you walked sometimes.
Why do I feel like everything's doing this?
I don't know, because this isn't doing anything silly.
No, it reminds me of a ride or something.
How do you do on roller coasters?
I do great on roller coasters because they're controlled,
So is this?
so to speak.
Oh, this is and it wasn't like a heat wave. It would still be hot.
flew less because it would be a little more comfortable.
I took Alistair to the gatehouse a lot earlier than I normally would. She was dying.
I buy them because I want to make sure that I've gotten the information. The place you went to the other day, Zippori. I didn't buy a book there. I meant to. They didn't have one in English. They ran out. Yeah. So I thought maybe this one would also help for the
This is a really big gift shop, the one that we'll end up in, which is floor down by the restaurant.
That's all I wanted. I want all this stuff.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Well, they are. These guys. So we all want to get back and enjoy this wonderful place and we're spending a lot of money on it.
I get it. But the reason we're spending a lot of money on the wonderful place is because it allows us access to these wonderful places. And they give us free access to the beach. Unlike the others.
They charge you to go to the beach?
Oh yeah. We still have to pay for lockers and towels and things like that. And it's worth it. Oh my god, people push because they'll never let all of you in.
I don't understand.
So that's not even half the places that we went to. I mean, I guess the places that I showed you were Jerusalem. I showed you the Dead Sea. I showed you Ein Gedi. I showed you a little bit of Tel Aviv on my bike ride. And as you can see, there were little pictures in the bottom right hand corner. So we went to also Zippori, sorry, and there's a couple places that we went to, like Little Tiberias. We went to the Sea of Galilee, kind of dipped our fingers in there, and that was amazing. And I just want to kind of set some things straight about Israel. All right, so Israel is not all desert. They do not ride camels. And people have this misconception that it's all desert and blah, 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 blah. It isn't. It is a beautiful place. And since I stayed in Tel Aviv is very gay friendly. When I was walking down the street in Tel Aviv, there were people holding hands, showing affection openly, having babies in carriages, and holding babies, and having a family. I met a couple guys that have children and that have partners, even though marriage is not legal there, and I kind of see why, because it's a religious state, but it's a beautiful place. It is a beautiful place, and people are like, "Oh, are you scared because you're gay? Are you scared because you're black?" Well, here's what I will say about that. Being gay in Tel Aviv, at least in Tel Aviv, isn't really a problem. But being black in Tel Aviv isn't a problem either. When I walk down the street, it's obvious to people that I'm not an African. Africans look different from African Americans. We do. So, they know I'm not Nigerian, they know I'm not Sudanese or Ethiopian, so, they know I'm American. And of course, when they start speaking to me in Hebrew, I'm like, English, please? So, all in all, it was a pleasant experience, and, the only bad thing about my trip was they lost one of my bags in luggage, and then they found it, and then I had to wait around for like a half a day at home, waiting for them to deliver my second bag at home. And if that was the worst of my trip, I had a really good trip. I loved it. It was amazing. It was such a good treat to myself, and graduating with my doctorate, and also being Jewish, I felt like it was time for me to make this trip for myself, for my spiritual journey. And believe me, it gave me a lot of spiritual nourishment, and I really, Really loved it. Daniel, Ted, thank you so much for hosting us. I can't name every person I met in Israel. There's a lot. Udi, good luck. Gosh, there's so many. But like everybody that I met there, all the title holders I hung out with, you guys are amazing. Jeff Tucker for the class, love you guys. So no, I just want to say thank you so much, Israel, and I love you because you love me back. Thanks.